Shalom, all praise to Yahweh Bashmi Al-Shah, double honors to the apostles of GMS. My name is Amnawa Allah, coming at you with another lesson. In this lesson, I want to focus on the book of Proverbs, chapter 6, verse 16 to verse 19. But I primarily want to focus on one particular of these things, one certain particular of these things in this particular lesson. I want to do like a series, like a show on each one. And let's get right into it. Proverbs chapter 6, verse 16. These 6 things doeth the Lord hate. That right there alone proves that the Most High hates. Cut and dry. Should be no argument, no debate, no discussion about that at all whatsoever. Yea, 7 are an abomination unto him. So 7 are an abomination unto him. This is the one I want to primarily focus on. Verse 17, a proud look. So a proud look is one of the 6 things doeth the Lord hate. Now let's get into that. Why is a proud look something that the Lord hates? Mark chapter 6 verse, I'm going to start from verse 20. This is when Yahweh Shah was speaking to the Pharisees, and when they asked him a question about the 5th verse of Mark the 7th chapter, asking him why is it that his disciples eat with unwashed hands. I want to get right to the point, right to the point, because this, as you can see, I got a lot of scriptures here, so I can't cover every single last verse of every chapter, and of this particular chapter as well. So Mark chapter 7 verse 21. From within, out of the heart of men, proceed evil thoughts, adulteries, fornications, and murderers. So the most Yahweh Shah was saying, it's not what goeth in a man that defileth him, but that which goeth out. See, that was coming out of a man that defileth him. Because they're talking about why is that your disciples don't eat, the disciples eat with unwashed hands. In other words, you may have some dirt in your hands and you may eat some food, may not clean your hands fully or clean your hands properly. They're saying they eat with unwashed hands, man. They eat unwashed hands. The Lord's saying, it's not go within you that defileth you, referring to a person who eats with their hands unwashed. It's not talking about pork, but that which cometh out of the man. That's why he said, verse 20, and he said, that which cometh out of the man, that defileth the man. From within, out of the heart of men, this is the thing that come out of men that defile them. Out of the heart of men, meaning the mind, proceed evil thoughts, adulteries, fornications, murders, thefts, covetousness, wickedness, deceit, lasciviousness, an evil eye, blasphemy, pride, foolishness. See, pride are one of those things that come out of a man that defileth him. Verse 23, and these evil things come from within and defile the man. Those are the evil things that come from within and defile a man. Now, let's get further into that. This is the book of Sirach, also known as Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha. The 10th chapter, I'm going to start from the verse 12. Okay? The beginning of pride is when one departed from the Most High. So when one departs from the Most High, that's the beginning of pride. And his heart is turned away from his maker. But we'll get into that too. But it says, for pride is the beginning of sin. So the beginning of pride is one departed from the Most High, and his heart turned away from his maker. Why? For pride is the beginning of sin. Let's get into that. Genesis the 3rd chapter. Okay. I'm gonna read down into it. Genesis chapter 3 verse 1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any other beast, than any beast of the field. The serpent was not talking about an actual snake, it was talking about a man. When you go to the book of Matthew's, the 3rd chapter, if I'm not mistaken, if I'm wrong, I'll put it up in post-production. When you go to Matthew, the 3rd chapter, when the Pharisees that came to John the Baptist's baptism, he said, "Who, ye generation of vipers, who have warned thee to flee from the wrath to come?" Okay, a viper is a serpent, a snake. So he was comparing men, which were Pharisees, to snakes, to serpents, vipers. But they weren't actual vipers. They spake like vipers, spake like serpents, spake like snakes, because they say one thing but mean another. Like how a snake has a 2-pronged tongue. A person with a 2-pronged tongue will speak like a snake, or like how a snake has a 2-pronged tongue, is a person that says one thing, but then goes and says another. Like how the Pharisees put grievous burdens upon men, but they themselves wouldn't bear any of those burdens. An example that would be like if a person that says something kind in your presence, but behind your back says something unkind, that's a person who you will call what? A snake. They're saying one thing, but meaning another. Like a snake that has a 2-pronged tongue. So they're speaking like a snake. Now the serpent was more subtle. Subtle meaning under the web. Subtle, someone that's subtle, someone that's that's what I'm looking for. Someone that's cunning, meaning skillfully deceitful. Now the serpent was more subtle, or now This man who spake like a serpent was more subtle or more cunning than any beasts. Beasts is referring to men. Because when you go to the book of Ecclesiastes, the scriptures speak about the sons of men being called beasts. That they themselves will see that they are beasts. Than any of the beasts of the field. And as the Lord mentioned in the parable of the wheat and the tares, the Lord said that the field is the world. So now the serpent, or this man who spake like a serpent, said one thing and meant another, was more subtle or more cunning than any of the beasts or people or nations or men of the field, meaning of the world. Which that's talking about the white man when you really dig in deep into it. Which the Lord God had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, hath the Most High said, Ye shall not eat the fruit of the ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden. And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, the Most High said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die. See, he's saying one thing, meaning nothing. No, you're not going to die. No, it's not going to happen. For which the Most High does now, which the so-called white man does now, which the so-called white man does now with what? It's feminism. Oh yeah, women need equal opportunity, but really they wanted to get the woman to work to tax the woman. Since the man's already working, you could tax him. Now nobody's home to watch the children. Now the children can be indoctrinated earlier. He did the same thing with his money system, with his pharmaceuticals. He says one thing, meaning another. He's that serpent. Nobody does it to the level the white man does it, man. Anybody's capable of speaking like a snake, but no one does it to his level. It says, I can get deeper into it, but when it says the fruit of the trees of the garden and so forth, I want to get right to the point. Okay. It says, and the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die, for the Most High doeth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. You gonna be like a god, knowing good and evil. And when the woman, she right there she was deceived. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and the tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof and did eat, and gave also to her husband with her, and he did eat. That was what? That was pride. Going back to Sirach chapter 10, verse 13, for pride is the beginning of sin. And we know the scriptures tell you in the book of Sirach, from the woman became the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. So from pride, so the beginning of pride, so right here, verse 13, for pride is the beginning of sin. Pride is the beginning of it. What is pride? Go right here. Pride, a feeling or deep pleasure. The fuck, man? What just happened? Okay, it's gonna come up right here. Bear me 1 second. Yeah. Pride, a feeling or deep pleasure or satisfaction derived from one's own achievements. The feeling or deep pleasure or satisfaction derived from one's own achievements. So she thought, well, if I achieve to eat of the fruit of this tree, right, then I will have what? She will receive the deep pleasure or feeling or satisfaction of being like a god. See? You see how that works? Check that out. She was prideful. Prideful was having or showing arrogant superiority to and disdain of those one view those one views as unworthy. Walked with a prideful swagger, disdainful, haughty, so on and so forth. And that's how the serpent felt. Okay? And that's how Eve felt. She basically said, forget what the Most High felt. Forget what the Most High want to do. I'm going to do it. Which explains why we even walk around with pride to this day. Okay? And that fruit was not talking about an actual fruit, like an actual apple. It was talking about a form of knowledge. That's why when you go into the book of Hosea, I believe it's the 10th chapter, the scriptures tell you, you have eaten the fruit of wickedness. So it's talking about a wicked knowledge. You ever heard the term food for thought? It's not actually food that goes into your brain. It's food or rather knowledge that fuels your mind. Okay? That's what that's going into. And when it said the trees of the garden, the trees referencing the other nations, because I believe it was Mark, the 8th chapter. I'm going to put the scripts up in post-production, Lord willing. I want to kind of breeze through it. I don't want to focus on this too much. The trees of the garden is referring to other nations as well. The other nations that was out there. Because Adam and Eve weren't the only people on the planet. Point of that is the serpent was a man, like I mentioned before. So you had other nations that was there, other trees, other people. Because the scripture in Mark, I don't think I quoted it. It tells you, I see men as trees walking. I believe that's Mark the 8th chapter, and maybe the 3rd or 4th verse. So those trees referencing them other nations that was in the midst of them. Okay, it wasn't the actual apple tree. You're not gonna eat an apple and you're just gonna become wise. That's why I said she saw the tree that can make one wise. So Sirach 10:13, for pride is the beginning of sin, and he that hath it shall pour out abomination, and that poured out abomination. And Adam ate of that fruit, ate of that knowledge, and what happened? Look where we are today. But it started with that woman who was beguiled by the serpent. And the serpent was proud too. The serpent thought he was above the Most High. He thought he was superior. Okay? And therefore the Lord brought upon them strange calamities and overthrew them utterly. That's why we perish to this day. It's more I can get to, but that's the point I'm going to get to there. Now let's get into that even more why the Most High hates. That's one reason why the Most High hates pride, because pride separates you from the Most High. We just read that here in the book of Sirach 10 and 12. The beginning of pride is when one departed from the Most High and his heart turned away from his Maker, which happened to Eve, Adam, okay? Psalm chapter 10 verse 4. The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts. So the wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts. So the wicked is prideful, and he's not going to seek after the Most High, because having pride is what? Having great belief in one's own abilities, a great feeling or satisfaction in one's own achievements. So if you have this great feeling of superiority, this feeling of greatness, and great satisfaction of your own achievements, why would you honor the Most High's greatness if you believe that you're great in your own right? With that being said, a person who's so prideful, who believes in their own greatness, who believes in their own power, they're not going to seek after the Most High. Why would they? You're prideful. Being that you're prideful, you don't believe that you can get anything from the Most High. You don't believe that there's anything the Most High can do for you that you can't do for yourself. And since they don't seek after the Most High, that the Most High is not all their thought. That's why they go around doing what they want to do. A person who's prideful is a person who has excessive belief in one's own abilities and one's own achievements. You don't believe that you can receive anything from the Most High, so you don't even seek after him. Not only that, the Most High is not even in your thoughts. Okay? That's the reason why the Lord doesn't accept these people, because of their pride. The pride of their countenance causes them not to seek after the Most High. They don't even think of the Most High. He's not even in their thoughts. When you have excessive belief in your own abilities and your own achievements, the Most High is not even in your mind. I can't even say secondary. You don't even think about it. You believe in your own greatness. This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 4. For into a malicious soul wisdom shall not enter, nor dwell in the body that is subject to sin. So through pride came the beginning of sin. Pride is the beginning of sin. And for into a malicious soul wisdom shall not enter, nor dwell in the body that is subject unto sin. So that's a prideful body, a person that's prideful. So wisdom isn't going to enter that malicious soul, into that wicked soul, because the person is prideful. That person's body is subject unto sin. Because if a person is prideful, why do you believe that you got to obey the laws of the Heavenly Father? You're prideful. You can do whatever you want. You can have sex with any woman you want. You can be a homosexual. You know, you can sleep around with another man's woman, any woman you want. That's what I mean when I said that. You can sleep with any woman, another man's woman. A woman can sleep around with a bunch of different men. Oh, that's okay. You know, you don't gotta honor the Sabbath. You don't gotta honor your father and your mother. You can take the name of the Lord in vain. You go do whatever it is you want to do because you're prideful. You believe in yourself. You don't believe in the Most High. That's why the scripture tells you in the Obadiah, the 3rd verse. It tells you what? It tells you the pride of thine heart had deceived thee. Okay, that's what I want to get to there. I can get to more, but that's the point I'm gonna get to there. And these scriptures are in the Apocrypha. When I went to the book of Ecclesiasticus and Wisdom of Solomon, that's in the Apocrypha. And the website is artbible.info. Okay. Psalm chapter 138, verse 6. Though the Lord be high, yet hath he respect unto the lowly, but the proud he knoweth afar off. Right? So though the Lord be high, he have respect unto the lowly. So the Most High is high, but has respect unto the lowly. He respected those that are humble, of a humble spirit. That's why scriptures tell you, speak about those of a contrite heart, meaning those of a humble heart. All right? But the proud, he knoweth to fall off. But the Most High knows the proud to fall off. Because a prideful person, what? Doesn't seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts. You read that in the book of Psalms, chapter 10, verse 4. 1 Peter chapter 1, verse, 1 Peter 5 and 5. Likewise, ye younger, submit yourselves unto the elder. And submitting is to be humble. Yea, all of you be subject one to another under the rule of one another, and be clothed with humility. For the Most High resisteth the proud, and giveth grace to the humble. There you go again. The Most High resisteth the proud, and giveth grace unto the humble. And what made me want to do this show, because I was watching television, I just turned on the television, and that movie Drumline was on, man. And Nick Cannon's character, Devin, was a prideful-ass nigga, man. He always wanted to be the head guy, wanted to be in the show. That's that prideful spirit, man. You know what I'm saying? The Most High ain't with that. 2 Peter, and that's why a lot of these other guys be falling out, man, because they prideful, you know. 2 Peter 2 and 10. But chiefly them that walk after the flesh in lust of uncleanness and despise government, presumptuous are they, self-willed. They're not afraid to speak evil of dignity, but you're talking about the elders, the ones that the Most High set up. And it says, that's what it says when it says dignity, that's what it means. Presumptuous are they. Someone that's presumptuous is someone that goes beyond the limits of what's appropriate or permitted. You know? That's a person that's prideful. Self-willed. They do whatever the hell they want to do. They are not afraid to speak evil of dignity. They ain't afraid to speak evil of the ones the Lord set up, man. You know what I'm saying? That's walking after the lust of uncleanness. That's despising government right there. I'm gonna go to the book of presumptuous. I'm gonna go to the word presumptuous in the blue letter. Look it up in the Greek, but see what it says. Okay. I hope I'm not going too fast so you brothers understand what it is I'm saying. But you know, through the interest of time, I want to get through this. I got a lot of scriptures. For some reason, I don't want to play. It's okay. It says, a daring man, presumptuous. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go to right here. Presumptuous. See what that says. A person or their behavior failing to observe the limits of what is permitted or appropriate. That's a prideful person. Eve didn't do that. Adam didn't do that. Mankind don't do that. You know? Unless you were the righteous. When I say mankind don't do that, I mean mankind doesn't observe the limits of what's permitted or appropriate. Therefore, they're presumptuous. Okay? Mankind does that, but they don't go against it. You know? 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 4. Traitors. Heady. I'll start from verse 1. 2 Timothy 3, verse 1. This know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come. And we're in that time now. We're in the last days. Perilous times shall come. You know, you see all the Arab travel bans and, you know, the Pentagon 1033 program and the concentration camps and all of the sending feds to Chicago and all of this other stuff. We in the last days. We enter the time of Jacob's trouble, okay? This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemous, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of the Most High, having a form of godliness but deny the power thereof, from such turn away. So you're going to have people that's going to have all of these traits. And they're going to have the form of godliness, but they're going to deny the power thereof, deny the power of the Most High. And those kind of people turn away from him. So it's going to be people out there that's going to have the form of godliness, yet they're going to uphold all of these ungodly qualities. They're going to deny the power thereof. Because if they honor the power thereof, they're walking the fruits of the Spirit. Look at that word. Is it gonna play now? This is propetas. For some reason, not playing. I don't know why. It says to fall forward, headlong, sloping, precipitously, precipitously, precipitate, rash, reckless. A person that's reckless, a person that's heady, man. They're reckless. They do whatever the hell they want to do. They have an uncontrollable, like an uncontrollable desire to do what the hell they want to do. Look at that word heady. See what that says. Heady. Having a nope. That's a good definition, but it's another one. Hold on one second. I'm typing Bible. There you go right here. Okay. You know? You got guys that's heady, like that dude Sakari. That dude is heady, man. That's a heady ass nigga. You know? Willful. See heady. Willful. Rash. Precipitate. Hurried on by will or passion. Ungovernable. Yeah, ungovernable nigga. You know? A person with no order. A person with and then somebody gotta use that word nigga. But this is what it is, man. A person that has an uncontrollable desire to do whatever the hell it is that they want to do, man. You know what I'm saying? That's them kind of guys. See if I can find another example for that. Yeah, that's basically it. See, ready to do anything. Heady, the translation in the King James version. In the King James version, properties falling forward, trot, prone, ready to do anything. Heady, high-minded. Let me go back. Let's go to that word high-minded. Okay. To fall, to raise a smoke, to wrap in the mist, metaphor, to make proud, puff up with pride, render insolent, to be puffed up with haughtiness or pride, to blind with pride or conceit, to render foolish or stupid, be clouded, besotted. That's why right here, go back. See? Headstrong signifies strong in the head or the mind, and heady, full of one's own head. Heady confidence promises victory without contest. So to be headstrong or to be heady, I mean high-minded, I want to get that definition. You know, thought I saw it down here somewhere.